All right, good day, mates. Let's talk about the market. I know everybody's a little bit shaken because of what's going on, but I'm going to show you why there's no need to worry about this. We'll talk about, there's about 4 things I want to talk about, and I've got a couple of tokens that I can show you some charts of ones I don't think we've discussed, but we talk about them in our Discord all the time. We're going to talk about shakeout and fear, the market trying to shake you out, accumulation and patience, cycle higher on the targets. We're gonna see much higher targets, and then buying cheap and where that's going to lead us to. So I'll get into that stuff here in a second. Let's begin by just talking about what Bitcoin is doing. I posted this, what was this, July 3rd, 2 days ago. And it was my expected path. I mean, it doesn't always work out exactly, right? There is a shoulder over here that I was thinking it could hit. And I'm going to show you one thing on the presidential chart that I've showed before where this is going to make a lot of sense. This would end up being a falling wedge. If it played out like this, it would look like a falling wedge. Now, this could still go down to something like 42, 43K. So the range that I'm looking at is kind of like 42 to 49K, something like that. I do believe at least 49K is going to hit, especially with all this weakness we're seeing right now. So this is, keep an eye on my Twitter because I post stuff like this often. And I've been posting as much as I can lately to prepare people for this. And I posted this before the dip, so there was really no reason for people not to be prepared if they do follow me. None of this is financial advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm giving you the things that, I'm doing. It's kind of like a trading journal. So, only, and I use this on advice for myself, I only invest what I'm willing to lose. So, pay your bills, do all the things you need to do. Don't put yourself in a bind. And also get out there and, get outside some as well, especially times like this. It's important that we have life balance, right? And some may be wondering what my, just to kind of bring it full circle, people may be wondering what my username means exactly. And it has to do with that. It has to do with balance in life. I love to ride my bike. I love to sail. It's 2 of the things that bring me the most joy as far as getting away from work. So, have some things, have some hobbies like that you really enjoy, that you're passionate about, and that, helps you get some exercise. That's important as well. All right, so if we go back and just look at some of the posts that I've been making. Okay, so yeah, this is the presidential chart. I'm going to get into that here in a second. Basically, what I was saying yesterday is, who benefits most from the fear? Patient buyers do. You can be a patient buyer too. You could be just like a market maker or a whale. We know that market makers and whales are the most patient, though, because they've got a lot of money to wait for those lower prices. They've already made their money. Question 2, has the usual historical cycle changed in any way? No, not yet. Until it does, I'm going to keep following it. I've been very consistent with that, and I've showed this presidential chart often, while everybody else out there, or a lot of other people out there, are saying, oh, this time's different. Well, so far it's not. Yeah, so I just said study this chart. There's always fear between halving and the U.S. presidential election date when it's a presidential election year. And from bottom to top, it's 1,071 days on every single cycle. It's been that way so far. So, why change things unless it breaks? When it breaks, you can change your philosophy on it. Total 3, I don't know what it's looking like today. We'll check it really quick, but I was thinking it could possibly bounce in here. I mean, it's possible it could sweep down a little bit more down into the shoulder, maybe as far as 460 billion, but I'm kind of hoping it holds here. And you may have a question regarding your altcoin. What if it's down 90% or more? Is it going to just keep dumping? I mean, it's possible, while Bitcoin goes down, but generally when your token has already done its correction, it's going to start forming a base of support, and then it'll be ready to move up once Bitcoin allows it to, once the market allows it to. Bitcoin runs everything, we know that. And then this is the other post that I made yesterday or day before, just talking about don't feel fear. Remember that, as far as market psychology goes, when people start feeling very fearful, that's usually the market bottom. And so these are some of the things I'm doing. I'm slowly adding to positions. in small purchase amounts for tokens down 70% or more. I'm going to show you a couple of those here in a second. I believe we're in the mid-cycle cool-off period between halving and presidential election. And then assuming it all plays out like it's going to, or it always has, then anything, and this kind of gets into what we were saying a minute ago about buying cheap and then things, the cycle pushing things higher. Anything bought for discount now could be up big by end of year or next year. So it's temporary pain for a big gain later. And I think that's about all I wanted to say about the Twitter. I got some things on here about CHOLO and what else? FOFAR, GMEE. I've been talking about that one pretty often lately. Yeah, so you can check out that those posts there if you want to. It's at Bike for Sale. Let me just make sure there's no notifications here I need to answer. Let's see. Are you releasing a new vid regarding what coins to top up on regarding BTC being bearish? Coins you previously tweeted, made vid on, are they still good buys? And I'm just going to respond to them real quick. Yeah, so just to kind of go over that, what they're asking about, which is a good question. Well, GME is one of them. Here, let me just go back through a couple of them here. I mean, CHOLO, buy zones right there. I've made that pretty clear between kind of the 200 to 400 range. And then FOFAR, I'll have to check on this one. Actually, let's just check on it right now. It may have gone down with Bitcoin. Yeah, it did. So it's back at support. I think it could even come down to here now that I'm looking at it, 488 or so. So, anywhere in here is a good buy for it as well, seems like. Most tokens are doing this. GMEE, let's look at that one. And then I'm going to get into this US presidential chart here in a second. Show you some things that you'll be really excited about, I believe. Yeah, GME just keeps pushing against the bullish line. It could end up being a winner while Bitcoin's going down. I don't know. I mean, it is over 50 RSI. It's looking bullish right now. It's got an AI buy signal on the 2-day. What is it on the daily? It's got to have a buy signal on daily too. Well, actually, it's kind of neutral right now. Anytime it's gray here on Engineering Robo AI, it means it's neutral. So, who knows? I mean, it could come back down here to support, but the longer it goes sideways, the more explosive it's going to be to the upside. All right, what else? I just wanted to cover a couple of these because it was a specific question. JOTCHUA and SPURDO. I don't know if I have JOTCHUA on here or not. I think I do have it saved. Yeah. Yeah, kind of the same thing with this one. It's just going sideways within the bullish, and so support's down here. If it gets above here, it's bullish. It's doing a lot of what, same as what CHOLO and these other tokens are doing. They have to get back above the bullish zone before they really get bullish again. Yeah, RSI needs to get over 50 on that one. So it's got a little work to do for sure. What was the other one? SPURDO. I guess I don't have that one. SPURDO, do I have a link? No. I know this one took off. I know it took off at one point. Maybe we can use that one, yeah. Okay, let's see what I posted on Twitter. So we had a gain of 200% in 4 days on that one. Posted it in Discord. I think I might have even posted it in the video, the last video I did. I know some people took this play. Where are we at? Sorry, I lost it here. There it is. So currently it's at 0158. It is over the 50 RSI, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, that looks like a bull flag, and it's just building momentum, looks like to me. It does need to get kind of over this range right here. I mean, I would say, it's bullish above this line, because there's a lot of support that got lost there at one point. So it could reject here. I would just say be careful. Let it get above there with a daily candle. But we played this one, I don't know, so I think we got the exact bottom down here. What did it end up doing? Yeah, we did end up getting the exact bottom in this. Yeah, so it did it 200% exactly, and then it rejected. So that's the reason I'd post that the other day, is that people should consider, or at least I was considering, taking profit at 200%. You just never know what these things are going to do. Sometimes they fake out and then they go sideways and then they really do their big pump after that. I think that's about it on the Twitter anyway. I mean, there's a bunch more tokens that I covered in the video, and I can't go over every single one of them. In this video right here was like MUMU, CHOLO, OPSEC. I usually don't cover them again unless they're showing up as buys. I mean, I can look at MUMU and, token is actually a really good one. I think token, I'm glad I looked back at that, because token is one you should take a look at anyway. And we will take a look at it here in a second, but let me get through, what was the other one I was going to look at? MUMU. I'm just going to bring these up and we'll talk about them here in a second. Oh, I don't have MUMU. Okay. I'll just leave it right there. And I don't have a save chart for this, but we'll go over here in a second. So Bitcoin presidential chart, I think it's very important to look at this one. I've talked about it. Actually, we had a Q&A, a live Q&A in our Discord. And if you're not in our Discord, to be honest with you, you're missing out on a lot of content. I do videos all the time for our VIP members. Here's one, here's another. I mean, there's 4 or 5 within the ones that I do for the public. So if you want to get in the Discord, check the description below. We do have a limited amount of slots available. We'll probably go up to 150 members at some point, but for now it's limited to 100, and we're at like 90 something. What was I going to tell you? I think that's about it. I mean, we're much cheaper than most others, and I mean, I'm not trying to sell you on this. It's up to you if you want to join. But if you go in here and you look at our Discord, I've got signals that you can follow yourself every single day, especially if you use Nansen. But even if you don't use Nansen, you can click through on the token, and Nansen has enough information on it from the free side of things that you could still, figure out if it was a token you wanted to get into. Of course, if you buy the Nansen subscription, then you get much more information. But every single day, there's signals coming through here. I mean, even every hour, and I can explain all these. Actually, I do need to do another video explaining what these do. But when you join the Discord, it automatically in a video explains what these does, and you can, as soon as you join, you get that video, so you understand what each one does. But we're always there for questions. There's 2 other people that help me, and we've got some research. We've got a research channel that has a bunch of different tokens. It's actually had, like if I open this up, this is, what is this? Token unlocks next 30 days. So that's a good thing for you to have. And there's a lot of other things here like Kujira. We just did we've got somebody on here that does a full report on these. So all the fundamental statistics on it. And then also here in the pinned message on research, you can click each one of these and bring up our research spreadsheets. And just quickly, this is what it looks like. We do one for RWA. I mean, if you want to pause that and use it as your own information without getting in the Discord, then that's fine. But just understand, we change this information all the time. There's still 2 other spreadsheets. We're about to do a gaming spreadsheet. I mean, there's so much information in this Discord, it's crazy. It doesn't matter if you're a high cap player, although we kind of tend to lean towards low caps, mid caps more, because there's bigger gains to be had. But we also have a degen meme coin channel. I mean, I can't imagine another group that covers every base like this, and everybody's really happy. So, I think we're doing something right anyway. We're very attentive anyway, and we have very knowledgeable members as well. So it's not just us providing good plays. Some of the members provide good plays as well. All right, yeah, so the presidential chart, we're just following it, right? I mean, you can see here in, well, number one, what I want to point out is the halving to the presidential election in 2016. This was a dip period. It was a fear period. Same thing here in 2020. Well, most of the fear happened here, of course. And because this was an overcorrection, it actually went up a little bit between this period. And then here we've got another fear period that's taking place before the presidential election. So nothing is broken. Everything's the same. There's no need to fear, in my opinion. I know when you're new to the cycle or you're new to crypto in general, it's easy to get caught up in all of the news. But if you'll just tune that news out, and if you want to learn from somebody that you respect, somebody that kind of speaks to you, that's your vibe, that's what you want to find. Find you a couple people like that, learn from them. Eventually, you're going to develop your own thesis on everything, and that's really when you begin to grow, as far as TA or just in general your mental strength, to where these dips don't really bother you as much. So until this breaks, I don't think there's anything really to talk about here. I had drawn this little squiggly line here back in, what is this, early May. And of course, it didn't follow it exactly, but it's starting to. It's really starting to form, that next dip. So, just look forward to better times is the main thing. What I'm doing is, like I said in that tweet, I'm buying things that are 70% down or more, and I'm going to show you a couple of those here in a second that I've been watching. And you hold them, and then after a U.S. presidential election, hopefully we get that pump, and then we, we'll take profits on the way up. That's the way we play it. And then here's some Bitcoin levels you can watch if you want. I think there is a possibility of it coming all the way down here, and I'm not trying to create any fear. I'm just saying, be prepared mentally that this could happen. Nobody likes surprises. And if you already know that this could happen, then that's not a surprise to your mind, right? It becomes much easier to handle. Don't play leverage right now. It's too risky. Maybe you're in a short already. That's fine. I mean, maybe you're a person that is experienced and you can play leverage, and that's fine. But, just be careful with it because you can lose a lot of money. But these are spot positions that you want to build in different altcoins. Your high caps are not going to do as much as your low caps. If you're like looking at a top 20 coin, it's just not possible. It's already gone so high with its market cap. It's not going to do a big 20x or something. You can expect something between 5 to 10x on most of those, except for Bitcoin and I don't know, maybe Ethereum. I'm not sure. But 5x for anything else would probably be the base that I would look for. And that's assuming, of course, that we're going to have a big leg up after the U.S. presidential election. Now, if we have something like this, and I can't imagine it happening, but you got a lot of people out there saying that this time's different, and I don't believe it is. But let's just say, for example, that this does turn around all of a sudden, and I'm certainly not saying it's going to. I'm just putting this thought out there regarding what other people are saying about this time being different. If you do get a big pump, or something before election, then yeah, I would say things are different. But, for now, it looks exactly like it has all, every single cycle. So that's what I'm going to follow. And I'm going to expect that we're just going to kind of come down a little bit more, go sideways till election, and then pump after election. So those are my thoughts on that. Let's get into some tokens here that I wanted to show you. Let me make sure I've covered everything I wanted to. Yeah, so don't worry about the fear side of things. Everything will be fine. Try to get away. Try to get outside for a while, touch grass, all that. Don't be shaken out from your positions. And really, I'm speaking to myself when I say things like that. It's not financial advice. Let's see. So you're accumulating and you're being patient, just like a whale would. And then we're looking for those higher targets once the cycle completes. So we're buying cheap right now to make much more profit. So let's talk about some tokens that, some of these are on our spreadsheet, by the way, so you're getting a glimpse of that. But we've got like 50 or more high conviction tokens. So once you look in the description below and join our Discord, you'll be able to get access to those. and they are private. You know, we don't, even if you had the link, you wouldn't be able to look at it unless we approved you. So TokenFi is made by the group that made, which one was it? Floki. And so currently it is above the bullish area. It could come down here to support and then play around down here a little bit and then get back above it. Two ways to play it. You could either buy a little bit now because it had this big wick down, or you could wait and see if it comes near support and buy a little bit there, or just buy a little bit in both areas. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm not throwing all my money in immediately. I'm slowly entering these plays just in case it goes down more. And then if it gets back above the bullish line, then I feel better about it and I buy some more there. So that's the way to play it, either buy at support or wait for a daily candle to close above the bullish line. And I do have all these charts shared within our group. So you can actually click on the link and go straight to the chart and see all the levels. So, you got it all of it at your fingertips right there. MUMU is one that we talked about in the last video, so I did want to cover it because I had a specific question about that in Twitter. I would say, just quickly looking at it, your support's somewhere down here, and then your bullish line, I think the bullish line would be somewhere in here, maybe. I'd really have to look at it some more, but say bullish above there. So it's mostly just sideways. It had a really big move before, so it's just, it's cooling off here, kind of like Bitcoin is. But at some point, it is gonna have another big move, I would imagine. It's not a huge move, 3x. But you can imagine a token like this that is created, MUMU with the bull is actually the bullish meme. So if the market got bullish again, people might think, oh, I need to go and buy that one. Or maybe they're thinking I have to buy it before. Here is ORAI. It is sitting right on a support level right now, which is a good support level. But there is kind of a secondary support down here that could happen. That would still be... This would still be good market structure because you're still creating higher lows. So it would still, it'd have to hold this. It's under the 50 RSI. That's the only reason I think that it could come down here still. And sometimes, you just want to look at your fibs and say, well, it could come down 50%. So maybe it could come down here just under 50% and then push back up, or down to the golden pocket. But yeah, just understand that it could still come down to like 280 as well. And I know that seems like a big drop, but that's why, if you're going to add to a position, or if I'm going to add to position, especially if it's under 50 RSI like this on the, well, that's the weekly. Let's see what daily shows. Yeah, it's clearly under the 50. So it is bearish right now. So if you feel like it's bearish, then just wait and see what happens. If it gets back above the bullish line, you could add a little bit there, or if it drops below, you just wait for it to get down to the next support. Okay. KLIMA. This is another one. I found this one really interesting. So let me actually pull up the Discord because I made a note about this. KLIMA. Here it is. So there's a rumor that the CFTC considers KLIMA a commodity. And I was just telling Discord members, make sure it breaks out of the triangle to the upside first before buying. Not many smart money in it, but it's got a nice trajectory here of smart money being added. And then also I don't know many people talking about this token, by the way. So, we find things on spreadsheet, on our research that we put on spreadsheets that you may not hear from other people. So it could be good opportunities to get in early. One thing I was noticing is the negative money flow is starting to trend towards green again, and the RSI is really picking up. So, yeah, any candle close above this triangle here, any daily candle close, it could eventually push this one up to 17. I think it's strange that it's being fudded right now by the CFTC saying it's a commodity. It could just be a way for people to get in cheaper, people on the inside. So just be aware of that. You know, keep an eye on it. Might be one that you want to get into, but if you want to draw this triangle yourself, or if you're in our Discord, you'll be able to find the chart easy on the spreadsheet. It's a RWA play, by the way. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? Those are some good options anyway, you know, for you to consider. I'm not going to give away our whole research because, you know, it took a lot of time. And by the way, on our Discord, we spend membership money that we receive on these. I mean, this costs us money with Nansen and signals and stuff like that. And we've got crypto utility bots here that cost us money too, Money Discoverer. Which if you click through, like what you do is you go into this channel and you post your Twitter link to see, like this one, this member here was posting in or pasting in OrdSwap to see how many smart money followers it had. And then if you click through on the see all stats, it's pretty interesting because you can see what Twitter, you know, who on Twitter is following this project, which gives it more credibility. And, you know, you got angel investors, alpha hunters, Delphi digital team. So there's VCs, there's project team members, there's angel investors, launch pads. You know, there's a lot of stuff like this that you can find that's interesting information that you won't see anywhere else. So we provide a lot of value in this Discord. It's not just signals, you know. I'm just going to pull this off screen and see what the question is here in our DGen chat. Okay. So let's see, what do we want to move on to next? I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but yeah, Cholo buy zone right there needs to get above the bullish zone, or the bullish above line right here. And I believe it will. Something I was telling somebody in Telegram last night is these angles are starting to get lower percentage, I guess that's the way you say it. So this is a 52% angle. This one's a 42%, and this one's 31%. So it's clear that the sell-off is slowing down, and it's creating kind of a cup and handle. That's probably what it'll end up doing. So yeah, I mean, I really do believe that Cholo is going to go to much higher valuations. We're thinking possibly 50 million at some point, and we want it to go much higher than that, obviously. But currently, it's around what, 200 to 400? No, it's around 600K. Yeah, 680K market cap. So there's just some consolidation happening, some accumulation happening. There's been a lot of FUD in our Telegram. Scam accounts, scam bots, and stuff like that coming in there to push price down, trying to pretend to be us. So just be aware that there are whales buying this dip right now, and it's not financial advice, but that's what's happening. They're playing off of the fear. Okay, so let's jump into Nansen. We'll just see if there's any signals mainly. We'll see if there's anything. Wait, there was one thing I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you how, oh, I remember now. Let's see if we can look up, what's the name of that one? We did a 60X on it, and I'm trying to remember the name of it now. I probably should have had it prepared for you. Let me see if I can look it up. Oh yeah, APUGURL. So this is kind of like the girlfriend of Apu. And that's a fairly popular meme, the Apu one. If we go back to, let me see, when did I first post this one? I just want to show you how I came about this and how I felt like there could be a situation. Let's see. And this happened in like 2 or 3 days. It was crazy. I'm just looking through our Discord here to try to find, here it is right here. Yeah, so this was okay, so this would have been the end, let's see, that's June. Yeah, so it was right around, what, the 1st of June? So what you could do, if you just wanted to go back and look and see who was buying, this before it pumped, to see if you could find some insiders or something, what you would do is you'd go back to June. Let me make sure. 5 days. So actually it would have been in May. So around the end of May anyway. So we'll look at May 29th. I don't know, May 29th to 31st. And now you can see who was buying at that time. Let's see if there's any smart money that was buying. No, okay. So this is the one that was accumulating the most right here. It's a high balance wallet. Trying to find high net worth wallets here. There's another one. Usually I'd rather look at smart money only, but in this case we can't. Let's just make sure that they bought it at the right time. So it pumped, they bought it over here and it pumped to 978. Okay, I didn't save that one. So I'm just gonna bring up the chart. I don't have a save chart on it. Oh, it was May 27th actually. So we bought it the day that it came out. Let me just change this real quick. All right. Well, that's crazy. There's nobody found that was buying it at that time. Anyway, it showed up as a signal in our Discord, and that's how I found it. You know, it ended up here in one of the signal channels down here. And so I let the group know, and I know at least one person got into it. But this thing, yeah, it's not showing the full history of it. I wish I could pull, well, I mean, this is basically the full history of it right here. So we got in somewhere down here, I remember. It was off this first, it started looking like a, I mean, if you followed me for a while, you know about Sturdy, how Sturdy did a move like this and then it retested. So I was telling people about this one right here somewhere. Or maybe we got in down here, I don't remember exactly. No, it was right here. It was somewhere in here. It might have been in here even. And then it pumped 60x up to here. So you can see if you went from here to here, I don't know, it's somewhere down here that we bought. Yeah, that's about 60x right there, 5,900%. So this showed up in Nansen. It showed up in our signals. And somebody took advantage of it. I mean, imagine if you only put $100 in it, you made 6,000. So you don't have to, you know, put a whole lot into it. But just understand that Nansen is very powerful. You don't have to purchase Nansen, but if you want to, it's in the description below. If you'd rather just have me and our team do that, you know, do the ideas and signals for you, then that's what we do every day. And I post those things on there to alert people. And I also show people how to read the Smart Money Alert channels for themselves. But it's really powerful. Our Discord plus Nansen is a good combination. Not many people do the Smart Money. I mean, more and more are doing Smart Money now, but we were one of the first that really jumped into it with both feet, you know. So yeah, I mean, if you're wanting to take the next step, if you're really wanting to increase your profitability, then, you know, these two things can help you. Either join our Discord or purchase Nansen for yourself, or do both. You know, some of our members do that as well. So let's see. Yeah, that was APUGURL. And this was a pretty good win rate wallet, showing 53% there. I don't know what their all-time is, but they were the ones that bought it. And we've got a lot of curated wallets, by the way. I've got them here on my watch list. And these are also showing up in our signals. So these are the top smart money wallets. We have high trust for them because they're very profitable. Many of them are like 70% win rate. And then we've also got a top degen channel that is strictly meme coins. Of course, you're seeing some ETH in there as well. People moving ETH around, and that's going to happen sometimes. So it's not all just meme coins. Let's see if we can just find some current live trades. And I want to filter it out for I just want to see what people are accumulating. So we're going to look for high conviction plays where they're buying at least 5,000 worth. You know, we're looking for whale activity basically. Yeah, MOG is a good one. It keeps, people keep accumulating MOG for sure. Dion. Yeah, I mean, Dion's a good one. But it went up so much, it could still be consolidating. ATH is, what is the name of that one? I guess I can pull it up. Oh, Aether token. So that's a fairly new token. And you do have some smart money buying it currently. I mean, this is a higher cap if you like playing higher caps. It does have some net inflows, but I think the thing that really stands out is it has net outflows from exchanges right here. Let's just see what smart money, yeah, smart money is accumulating, seems like more and more wallets. I'm curious. Yeah, people have been purchasing it over the last 30 days. I'm kind of curious. I feel like this is one, is this one that we already had on our, yeah, okay. So this was actually on our spreadsheet before it even launched, and it's holding above the bullish line currently. So as long as it's above the bullish line, you're good. I mean, what if it was just doing this? And then let me make sure I'm on the right one. Let's see, 7 cents. Is this correct? Yeah. So just imagine if it's just accumulating in a real tight range like this and then eventually breaks out of it. I imagine it would go pretty big. Of course, it has to still get above this area here where it first rejected. So, you know, maybe it does something like this where, you know, usually this doesn't just fly past the previous resistance. Usually it'll hit it a couple times. So maybe it does that and then finally breaks out. Just something to be aware of on that one. OMIKAMI is a fairly new token, it looks like. When did this one get released? Doesn't say. So in a situation like this, oh yeah, so it's got a lot of volume there. Somebody was accumulating down here before the breakout. They're probably your insider. So you'd probably want to, if you're using Nansen, you'd want to search these dates right here. You'd go right here and you'd put in the start and end date, and they would be one of these dates right here. And then you just look through and try to find the person that was accumulating. And that might be an interesting wallet you want to look at in the future for other purchases. And that's kind of what we have on our signals for Discord is, you know, wallets that have done that before. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if this one keeps going. It's already at 46 million market cap. Usually meme coins are going to turn around 50 million, but it could keep going. I'm just assuming this is a meme coin. Let's see what else we have here. Some people are accumulating USDC. You know, they're keeping profits on the side because of this dip. And these are all smart money, by the way. Yeah, there's another MOG right there. GRT is a higher, yeah, it's a much higher market cap. Somebody's accumulating that. So here's your really high market cap play if you want GRT. Yeah, it's right down here at a, so this is kind of what Bitcoin's doing. It hasn't made it down here yet, but you can see GRT is retracing right here into this previous shoulder where there was some support. So this could be a good place to accumulate. I can see why, you know, somebody would be buying here. So yeah, that's another one to consider. Let's just take a look at a few more. Yeah, I mean, when you start seeing USDC a lot here, that means and USDT, that means your smart money would prefer to at least keep some profits on the side for cheaper prices. But you're still seeing things like ONDO, which is really good, higher market cap play. Andy, you know, Andy's being accumulated. And I would imagine most of these people have a lot of money and they would consider this a small purchase, you know, 5, 6, 7,000, and they're just kind of sizing in just in case things dip some more. Yeah, ATH keeps showing up here. I think somebody's accumulating a lot of it. That Aether cloud. Here's a lot more USDC, USDT. Yeah, ONDO showing up a bunch. People are wanting to accumulate that as well. We can look at that one. That's one of our RWA. It's one of our RWA spreadsheet plays as well. Yeah, it's mostly been trending up, kind of up only the whole time since it released. But yeah, I mean, it could come down to the bullish line, and the only reason I think that is because it's under the 50 RSI currently, and it's got an AI sell signal that closes in 5 hours. So for this to stay an AI sell signal, price would have to stay down here. It can't push back up. Okay, I think that about covers it. I'm just trying to, I want to provide you as much value as I can think to provide you. Yeah, some people are buying Wolf there. There's APU. Looks like somebody's buying a lot of Wolf. We can look at Wolf just to kind of round things out here. I got to make sure I get the right one though. So one thing you can do is if you click on Wolf in Nansen here, so it's the Ethereum version. There's a lot of different land wolves. You can copy the address to make sure you got the right one, and then you can paste it in TradingView. Yeah, I mean, Wolf could come down some more. So it looks like somebody's just adding to it as it drops. I would just be careful with that because it could come down a little bit more, especially under 50 RSI like this. Okay, is there anything else that I wanted to cover for you? Let's see. No, I think let's just go ahead and end it there since we're heading into the weekend. We'll do another one next week. It was a busy week for me. I'll try to get this one out. I'll try to get another video out next week sooner, like Thursday or something. But this should carry you until then, as far as the mentality. Remember what we talked about, not being fearful, getting outside, having life balance, that sort of thing. It helps. Exercise is really important. Your health is everything, really. Okay, well, we're going to end it there, and hope y'all have a good weekend, and we'll do another one next week. Take care.